gonna go get another. I think this one's either 70 or 80 foot boom. Not too sure what we're gonna go get. So I can air. Everybody say what's up to Danny. And we're hitting the road and stuff. That's where you empty? Right now, yeah. Right now we're empty. As y'all can see in the mirror. We ain't got nothing on us. Everything's ready to rock though. We got the chains. We got the binders out. Pretty little views going on. We'll catch y'all whenever we get over there to the destination. Peace. So we made it out here to the HEB. It's an incomplete HEB, and I'm waiting on the client. He said he's sending a couple of his workers up here to come meet me to show me where the boom is that I'm grabbing. Because there's two, but they have a million of them out here. So yeah, you just don't know which ones it is. But here's the HEB. Here's how everything looks. Got really a lot going on. So it's just really playing that game of waiting for clients to get here to pick me up. Here he is right here. So apparently that was not my client. It was just some random people on a gator. They pulled up, shook their head at me, no, told me I need to back all the way back down the road. They don't know where my boom is, but more than likely they'll bring it out to me down here by the scissor lift, so I had to back up from way up there. Came from way up there, backed all the way up to over here by this damn scissor lift, whatever. And now I'm still waiting. But here's a better look at the HEB now that I'm back here. It's just a giant construction zone. I mean, it's huge. They're doing construction all the way back up that way too. It's alright though. We can play the waiting game. I'll wait about 5-10 minutes. If I don't hear from nobody, see nobody, then I will most likely call the client again. He's pissed off that I called him already. You can tell by the way he answered the phone. It's alright though. When you're in situations like this, utilize your tools. They get pissed off that you call them. Hey, you're just the guy to pick up and drop off to make their life easier. It is what it is. Alright, we made it out here to the boom. Took a little second. They finally got us over here, so I went ahead and got set up, got the harness on, because I'm trying to hurry up and get this damn thing loaded. Now, they have the numbers in my log backwards, the unit numbers. So this is actually supposed to be my last load of the day, but now it's my second load. And the one I'm coming to get later is going to be the load that was meant for now. But should be alright. Go ahead and switch all that shit around. This damn thing cut on. Now the good thing about these are the ones that are somewhat easy to drive. Easy to drive for the most part, pretty straightforward. Oh shit. Not when you do that though. Damn. There we go. And that's that. Boom. Turn it off. you're good to go. Unclip the safety harness, and we can take this damn thing off, and all we gotta do is fucking set up with our chains, get everything chained up. We're back on the road again. Then we gotta come back here for the same damn thing again. So we'll be going through the same thing again. Just moving and dropping, and it's constantly the same thing. Like constantly the same objective, different scenarios every single time. Different waiting periods. Every load is the same gist, but different, if that makes sense. Like, you'll never be doing the same thing twice, unless you consider chaining and stuff like the same thing, but that's about it. And the best thing I can say is, like, if you get a routine, right, see, like me, like, I know I'm using these 4 chains, those 4 binders, always get my chains out, toss my chains, toss my binders, get over there, get them hooked, toss my other ones under my machine to the back, get those hooked, then I lift my machine, lift my trailer up, do all that good stuff, typically. Then typically you're good. Now I'll be using an extra chain to chain over the basket, because I am like 30 minutes away from my drop-off destination, and I don't want the basket and shit to shift around on me while I'm traveling down the highway. So we always got to take that extra step of safety and precaution, because you know what they say, anything that happens on this truck while you're operating it is your fault. Your responsibility to make sure everything on this truck runs smoothly, and your operation is handled smoothly. So this is what I'm talking about whenever I say I'm gonna run an extra chain today. We'll be running this chain through the basket. Okay. Most likely how this will happen is I will travel along the side of this basket. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Now, typically, I would go to this hole right here. See if we can get in there. Okay, there we can. I'll go through it, come back to it. That way when it's time for me to bind it down, then I can go ahead and do that. You know what, for a matter of fact, while I'm up here, I'm gonna go ahead and do these. Put my hook on. Toss that one off to the side, take this one. Get all the chain picked up, and then toss around it. Just like that. Now don't toss it all the way to the end like I just did. Do the same thing over here. Get her hooked. Toss that chain onto the side. Now this time I gotta take 2 binders. Give her a good little pitch under there. Just like so. Take this chain. That chain. Okay, now just because I tossed this chain way down here, gotta run down here, check it. Now situational, okay, as y'all can see, this hole right here is too big for my hook to just hook into it, right? So we'll run the chain through like this, put it through the hook, make a loop, pull down on the loop, right? Now, this tag right here, this is a grading tag. This tag tells you what kind of grade your chain and stuff is. You do not want to chain that grading tag because you'll pull it off and then you won't know the gradings of your tag, of your chains and stuff. And to be honest, I mean, it's not illegal, but it looks better to troopers and DOT regulations to have your chains graded and to have the gradings on your chain. Once again, it's not mandatory, it just looks better. More of a professional look than a requirement. But now everything's all chained up. Binders are linked in. So I'm gonna head to the front. I'm gonna go lift my trailer up. And then we'll chain everything down. And you keep a routine so you don't forget anything. That's pretty much about it. Now I do gotta look up here at the basket because the basket could shift on this one. The good thing about it is if you leave the boom kind of extended to where it's no, my mental image is if you keep the boom same height as the machine, then you know you're never too high. But there's situational ships where, like, I was hauling an excavator and the boom just naturally sits higher than the cab of the machine. And there's a good example right beside me. I'll show y'all the example here in a second whenever I go to the other side to chain down. But when you're in that kind of situation, the best thing for you to do is take your measuring stick like I have and to measure the height of what you are. That way you know for a fact what your height is, what you are and aren't able to go under, because that is a big deal. You tear some shit up like that, I promise you won't have a job and your CDL will probably be at risk. Now, once again, you're gonna get your binders and drop 2 or 3 links down into the trailer. Handle side always comes to you. Hook your handle up, slide your slack out the way, and then hook up here. Just run the binders. Now I will speed this part up so we're not sitting here all day and y'all are watching me fucking binding down a machine. I didn't taught y'all how to use these binders already. But my thing is, I definitely recommend truck driving. Truck driving is definitely something that I recommend to everybody. Not many jobs besides office jobs you can get paid to sit on your ass the majority of the day in the AC and listen to music, because who doesn't want to do that and get paid? We ain't got to talk numbers here, but paid decent enough to where you feel comfortable. And if you're comfortable where you're working, you're having a good time, like me, my boss, and the mechanic at my shop, we're always joking, we're always trying to make light of the work and that kind of stuff, so the day goes by quicker. You're not all stressed out, you're not in a pissy mood, walking around acting like a damn female. You're just living life, getting paid, going home, seeing your family, spending time with your son. In my case, my son. In y'all's case, probably daughter, or no kids, or just a wife, or whatever it is. Whoever it is that's watching. Now, if you do this, if you are in this kind of work, you know what I'm talking about. You go to work, you get paid, you go home, you deal with your family. And every day you wake up and you go to work, it's not a damn, I gotta go outside and play in the damn sun all day. It's more of a, what's the word I'm looking for? I wouldn't say peaceful, but definitely less stressful in the mornings when you're getting up at 6, 7 in the morning, getting to work. Having to deal with that kind of stuff. I know a lot of people right now that aren't working, or they are working and they hate their damn jobs. They hate what they do. They hate their lives. Me? I love my job, to be honest. I have to get out here in the sun and work in the sun for 45 minutes, down back in the AC for 30, 35 minutes. And you just constantly do that. Back and forth, back and forth. Sometimes, you know, depending on what you're hauling, in my case, these damn booms, the job gets a little repetitive. But repetitive work is always the best work because you know what to do. You have a routine. It's not nothing new. You're not trying to learn anything. You know what to expect. What I love about it is I'll haul the same stuff, but always different locations. Now, how's that one already on loose? Anyways, back to what I was talking about with the Mini X. I'm about to show you. It's right here on the hill. Give me just a second. So that is a mini excavator. You see how the boom on it sits a little bit higher than the cab of it, and the arm of it's sitting down in a hill. It still sits higher. On those, that's situational work. On those, I would always measure the boom because, granted, power lines, power lines are supposed to be set at 22 feet. For those of you that don't know. But you're in the city, sometimes you're in a place that doesn't really mind or doesn't really care to keep their power lines up to code or whatever it is. Sometimes you just have low hanging power lines simply because that power line hasn't been worked on in a long time, or it's in a dip and the dip just forces it to be lower than it's supposed to. In that situation, that's why you always need to measure out what you're doing. Now, if you are to hit one that's below code and regulation, technically it's not your fault. But it's always better just to avoid that situation and avoid having to deal with that. Nobody wants to deal with that. Just makes the day go by way longer, a lot more fucking paperwork, and it's just an issue that I promise you don't want to have to fucking deal with. Okay, that should be fine. Don't need crazy tension on it. You just need enough to hold it in its place as you're driving down the road. Get up, look at the chain, make sure the chain ain't in no knots or nothing crazy. And that's how you do it. Load it up, ready to go back home, get her dropped off. There isn't much to say about it. Once you're loaded up, once you're ready to go, I just gotta get pictures and I'm on that road. I hate this. I hate whenever my freaking phone takes forever to load. Okay, so get a picture there. Always get your pictures. Pictures are liability. But in my case, I'm always recording, or trying to always record. So y'all are also my liability. I'm always recording my work, always recording what I'm doing. And it just proves that you got the machine a certain way and you delivered it a certain way. You didn't do any more extra damage, because sometimes you do pick up damaged vehicles or damaged machines or machines that don't work. It proves that you didn't do any extra damage. It proves that you had it tied down the right way, properly secured. Now, we're on that road. We're ready to go. And this guy tried telling me I couldn't turn around here. He ain't never met a real CDL truck driver like me a day in his life, boy. So as you can see, drenched in sweat. It's hot as hell outside. It's currently 108 degrees outside temperature. 108, so gotta stay hydrated, my boys. It's that blue power rate. We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna hit the road. I'll probably end this video right here, just because when I get over to United Rentals, I'm always in the office having to do some talking or anything like that, so ain't really much going on over there. And y'all seen how I loaded it up. Loading it up is taking it off the same damn way. Take off your chains first, then drop the bed. Let it go. That's how you go. I'll see y'all on my next video.